For that. 20 minutes away from Fox News at the top of the hour. This is a paid political announcement. Jon McCoy is running for sheriff in Adams County. You can find more about his candidacy at jonmccoyforsheriff.com. And Jon, today you brought in Barney Bier, who's a former prosecutor in Adams County, and he's going to say a few nice words about you. At least I imagine what you're hoping he does. Barney Bier, why are you endorsing Jon McCoy?
I think Jon's got the experience. He's got the leadership. He's performed every function of the office that there is to function, and he's always been a leader as far as investigating, solving crimes, working with victims. I can tell you under both administrations, whether it's a Democrat or Republican administration, when Jon was in the sheriff's department and there was a tough case, Jon has always been the go-to guy. And I think with this upcoming election, Jon's the go-to guy now.
Okay. It's interesting that we even have a Republican or Democrat race for sheriff, because to me, it doesn't matter what your political party is. The job doesn't change, does it, Jon McCoy?
No, and you have to be able to work with both sides. I've done that. With 17 and a half years as chief deputy, I worked with the county board. I worked with other officials, whether it be Republican or Democrat. I always put my best foot forward and did the best job I could.
Now, Barney Bier, since you're here and since you come out of the courtroom experience, what is it specifically? You mentioned some great things about Jon McCoy, but what specifically about the way he handles himself in the courtroom or dealing with lawyers, judges, prosecutors, and public defenders?
Well, as far as being in the courtroom, he's always been prepared, which makes the job for the prosecutor much, much easier. In the investigation, I can think of specific murder cases where Jon was in charge, and not only solving the crime, but working with the victims was tremendous, which is a tremendous benefit to the entire system as far as working through the process. I've seen Jon work with local law enforcement, with law enforcement in Missouri, nationwide. Jon was investigating a murder case in Adams County, and ended up solving a murder case in Nebraska. And that's just a wealth of experience and being able to deal with people, whether it be suspects, victims, witnesses. I mean, he's got the experience to run the office.
Jon, you shared last week a story about why you were interested in law enforcement. It had to do with one of your best friends being a victim of crime when you were just in high school.
Right. Yeah, I was 17 years old when my best friend was murdered. And that impacted me and really started making me focus looking at the criminal justice system.
Okay. Folks, Jon McCoy is running for sheriff in Adams County on the Republican ticket. You can read more about his candidacy at Jon McCoy for Sheriff. Jon is spelled Jon. Jon McCoy, the numeral 4, sheriff.com. Proven experience matters. This has been a paid political announcement. Thank you, Jon. Thank you, Barney Bier. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Mary.
You too. Thanks.
Paid for by Jon McCoy for Sheriff.